Ciao, buon Natale. Siamo nella mia quarta settimana. Sto imparando l'italiano per 28 giorni ora. Mi piace molto la lingua e per me è molto interessante e divertissimo. Coffee Break Italian aiutarmi molto con parlare e imparare la grammatica. Link è buono per leggere e umbrare. Asimil mi dà una opportunazione per scrivere e traducete. Italiano Uncovered ha molti esercizi per praticare e ha molti video per imparare. Sto emozionando continuare la mia avventura con l'italiano e la seconda fase. Alla prossima! So welcome to the end of the fourth week, my 12-week Italian experiment. And as you can see, I decided to change it up this week because obviously I haven't really done any speaking in terms of with another person in a class. And so I decided, well, I'm gonna give it a try to actually write something out beforehand, because at least I have been writing through doing Asimil and Italian Uncovered, and I've learned structures. It's just being able to use them on the fly when I don't do that at all yet in this phase. Just seemed like a lot of the Italian that I was putting out was gibberish, and I was just kind of trying to come up with stuff on the fly. So at least with this, I didn't look anything up. I just tried writing it based off of my current understanding. If I didn't know a word, you can see here some of the words like divertissimo. Don't even know if that's a word. I just tried to make a word essentially in Italian if I wasn't quite sure. Or you can see here where it's underlined in red, me da. Don't know if that's a proper grammatical structure or not. And so yeah, ombrare, for instance, like I don't think that that's actually the word for shadowing, but I think ombra is the word for shadow. So I just kind of like made it a verb, even if it's not necessarily one. And praticare, don't know if that's the verb for practice, but all in all, I was pretty happy with, I'm sure I've made other mistakes too that I haven't caught, or at least haven't caught yet. And after this video, I'll go through and try to grade my work and see where I made mistakes or not. So it's not quite as natural as just speaking off the top of my head, but it is at least writing. It's my Italian right now. So we're at the end of week 4 now, end of the first phase. And so I'm gonna do both a week 4 summary and a phase 1 summary, and then kind of talk about what's gonna happen starting tomorrow with phase 2. So in week 4, and here you can see the totals there. The top is week 4, the bottom is the total for phase 1. So in week 4, I did Coffee Break Italian every day, 7 to 7 days. I completed 19 lessons for 7.86 hours. I'm happy I went back and re-listened. I went back to episode 16, I believe, and I listened through 16 through 30 again, and that definitely helped. Happy I did that. And now today I started season 2 of Coffee Break Italian. So, and it seems to be going well. I didn't have any issues in the first 2 episodes that I did of that. Now on Link, I did 7 days of Link as well this week. I completed 15 lessons for 6.85 hours. Happy with Link, it's going well. I'm building on these types of grammar structures, it's not that when you're learning a language, a lot of times the difficulties isn't necessarily understanding. For instance, like I understand that, for clients, for instance, it's miei clienti. I understand it's plural, it's masculine, so it's I miei clienti. But when you're trying to output that on the fly, obviously you're gonna trip up on that because it's a skill that you've got to develop. And so that's one thing with LingQ that has helped, and also with Coffee Break Italian, at least with repeating, is that you're getting exposed to these grammar structures over and over again. And so maybe it's not quite, second nature, because I haven't started really talking with another person yet, but at least I'm very aware of it. And like for instance in my little write-up that I did, like la mia quarta settimana. So la mia settimana, because it's settimana is feminine, so la mia. And recognizing those types of things, and LingQ, you get exposed to first person, third person, and past, present, future. And so even though I haven't done the intense studying on past and future yet, I'm at least exposed and recognizing those types of structures. Love it too for the shadowing, where like in the third pass that I do in each story, where I listen to the audio and then repeat, that gives me extra practice to try and get my accent correct. Then Assimil, I did 9 lessons plus a revision this week for 5.2 hours. Not much to say there. I did 6 out of 7 days this week. One day this week I was caught up with other things and I was not able to get to Assimil, but not a big deal. I more than made up for it other days, as I still got 9 lessons plus a revision in and 5.2 hours in still this week. So pretty pleased with that. Also, I enjoy Assimil, and I like having these various different tools, because you get exposed to same ideas or concepts through different ways, or you get exposed, they all have their own strengths and weaknesses. And Assimil, for instance, is pretty good about some of these kind of like colloquial phrases. For instance, like un sacco di, which literally means like a bag of. So it's like un sacco di whatever it is. And so that's, an example of something that I'm learning with that. And obviously it's really my main, that and Italian Uncovered are kind of my two main, and Coffee Break Italian, actually kind of working on grammar on all of those, except for LingQ. Really, like LingQ, I'm getting exposed to all the grammar structures, but I mean in terms of like dedicated grammar studying, it's really, I guess, all the other 3, but Assimil is what I'm considering my grammar textbook. On Italian Uncovered, I did it 5 out of 7 days this week for 3.1 hours. Mainly, I'm going through the way that the lessons in it are structured is that there's a lesson with audio, so you read like a chapter with and there's the audio to go with it, kind of similar to LingQ, actually, to be honest. And then there's a vocabulary video, there's a cognates video, there's a grammar video, there's a pronunciation video that is associated with each chapter, where you have a native Italian speaker that like breaks down the grammar, teaches you, shows you cognates and kind of like strategies to be able to like pick up on words. Even if you may not know the word explicitly, when you're reading it, you can recognize these sort of structures. And then also, for each chapter, there's a vocabulary and a grammar worksheet where there's 8 to 10 exercises with 6 to 8 problems in each exercise. And so I've been kind of doing all of that, and I'm enjoying the exercises with Italian Uncovered. It's with each of these tools, they all work well together, in my opinion, and they all give you they help cover up different aspects of learning in terms of reading, listening, speaking, and writing. And then this week, passive listening, I only did 5 out of 7 days for 2.4 hours. I started a new Italian show on Netflix, Guida Astrologica per Cuori Infranti. But otherwise, it's week of Christmas, so I'm watching like a lot of Christmas movies, listening to Christmas music. So my passive listening hasn't been quite as much as in past weeks, but that's okay. And so that pretty much does it for my week 4 summary.